So a New Year's resolution of mine was to do more photography in Denmark, and I have to admit it haven't been too much. I had quite a busy spring, but I've done some winter photography. I was out in the spring, and now it's summer, and I was out for a little drive yesterday just to check out some drone locations, and I came by this little forest. Now I saw a small tree back there that was just like something I wanted to check out, and so I just went in, parked the car, and just went for a small walk. Took out my phone. If you haven't seen the Nigel Danson video about phone first, check that one out. I just walked around and let my curiosity decide where I went in the forest. If I saw something that looked pretty, I just walked there, took a picture of it, noted it, and walked on. It was so weirdly satisfying and fulfilling to do that. One of my biggest issues with doing photography in Denmark has definitely been that I haven't really been inspired. Our forests are fairly young. Most of it is beech trees, just like you can see here in the background, and plantation. There's not really that feeling of ancient history to it as you get in those gnarly oak woods. We don't really have much of that in Denmark. But I went for this walk and I found a lot of cool compositions. So I've come back today to take those photos. So as mentioned, I've been busy and I have been traveling quite a lot. That has just made me appreciate Denmark so much more. I said that all the way back in my winter video, but it's just such an oddly satisfying feeling going for a walk in these forests. And what really dragged my attention to these beech forests are all this light coming through the top of the trees. So you get all these backlit leaves, and it looks just beautiful, just beautiful. Being able to go around and pick out subjects and really look for those details is in itself super fun. It's a bit like treasure hunting. And yeah, well, I'm at the first location right now. So what I really like about this scene is almost obviously how the sun comes through the road here and into this tree and hits this tree just here by the side and basically just lights the tree. So hopefully our attention goes to the tree and then into the background road here, or vice versa. It's a little bit potato potato. But I really like the scene, and it actually looks pretty good with like the plantation forests here behind me, because it kind of works as a dark wall which kind of cuts away a lot of the clutter in the forest, and as long as it's in shadow and fairly dark, our attention won't go to that. So yeah, a pretty cool little location. So just while standing here, I kind of came up with an idea, and since there's a cloud in front of the sun right now, we won't really see all that direct light coming through the trees. So what I think I will do is I'm going to blend two photos, one where all the light comes through the trees and one where it doesn't. So in that way I can control where exactly the hard light is going to hit. I think that will improve the photo tremendously. So yeah, quite interesting to see the results. So another little scene I have found here is basically where we have like one beech tree which is full of leaves, and we have the sun coming down behind it and lighting up all these leaves, and then we have like 6 other trunks around it just to frame the scene. It actually looks really good. And right now we have, yes, perfect. So as you can see right now, we have a cloud in front of the sun, so I can get a shot, and now I can just blend a shot with some direct sunlight and a shot with some ambient light together, and hopefully that will give like a really cool and strong shot where we can only see the light on the leaves. So woodland photography, as I said, is a little bit out of my comfort zone, and I honestly really enjoy watching all those YouTube landscape photography vlogs where the YouTuber, or well, the photographer, gets a little bit out of his or her comfort zone. So let's say me in a forest, or let's say Ben Horn in Iceland, or Simon Baxter without trees, or something like that. And it's not that I like to see people struggle, but I really enjoy to see how different photographers who are used to some elements approach new elements, because in that way you can kind of see how they work and you can see what they're attracted to, which is a little bit out of the ordinary. So you can see, like, if I'm attracted to mountains in a certain composition from Iceland, you can analyze how I approach woodland photography and probably see some similarities. Now, I'm not sure if that hypothesis is true, but we can maybe see after this video. So my idea about this scene is basically the same as what I just did with the other one, and we have this young beech tree which is like the center of attention, surrounded by all these older trees, and then hopefully in a few minutes we have the light beaming in here which will hit the tree, and in that way I can guide the attention to the tree. And obviously, like, the central composition and the surrounding trees, it's just obvious that this is the tree I want to show. So yeah, it's probably 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and the light will be in the right position. So the first photo was actually the one I thought on location I would like the most. I do like it, and improvising on location to make it a blended photo to remove unwanted specular highlights benefited the final photo quite well. But I do like the second photo more. The strong composition with the surrounding trees and light coming down from above emphasized the atmosphere of the forest to make it quite an ethereal and calm photo. However, as much as I like the first two photos, the third one does it for me. It is a photo I am very excited about and one I would print, frame and hang immediately. The atmosphere, the composition, the light, the bright green summer colors and how I pre-visualized the photo on location, waiting for the light to be at the right angle to light up the young beech tree, making it the star of the show. It is also a photo which will become a symbol to myself that I can find and make photos in Denmark and Danish forests that I'm proud of. Something I wanted to do for a long time, but I haven't really had the enthusiasm to do so. All these elements added together makes for a photo that will likely be one of my favorite photos of 2019. This was just such an interesting little outer and especially inner journey. I actually don't think my hypothesis about me approaching a scene in a forest in Denmark is the same as how I would usually approach a scene. A powerful foreground leading into an epic background. Now what happened is I actually think my mirror neurons got the better of me, and influenced by photographers such as Nigel Danson, Gibbs and especially Simon Baxter, I approached this forest scene a bit as they would. After all, they are all some of my favorite landscape photographers to follow on YouTube. Also, as I wouldn't use the adjective epic about these scenes and the word intimate would be more precise to describe this forest, and perceiving a scene as intimate instead of epic will undoubtedly influence how I compose the photo. The point is not to have the scene fall out into the viewer's face, but simply to transmit the calm feeling of the forest, showing a moment in time where the small tree is at the center of attention. I think I will make a little series out of me exploring and photographing forests in Denmark. What the frequency of these videos will be, I don't know, but it's a project I'm quite excited about, so more will come. It will also make for a nice deviation from the big and epic landscapes I also love very much, but without being something else entirely. If you enjoyed this video, I would highly appreciate both a like and a comment, and remember I have prints for sale via my homepage. There is a link down in the description. So, as always, thank you so much for watching.